Okay, here I'm playing a C major chord or a C major triad. Alright? We're going to discuss the majors first, then we're going to move on to the others. You know what? This is going to get really easy for you as you proceed. We're going to learn the majors first, and after that, it's going to really be a piece of cake for you. All right, let's start. Let's acknowledge a couple of things here. First of all, the only thing that you're pretty much required to understand, all right, before proceeding with this program is the names of the keys on the piano, at least the white keys. All right, if you know what C is and D and E and F and G and A and B, okay, you're gonna be okay. All right. In addition to that, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to just provide a view, an understanding of what a half step is. Okay, you may or you may not be familiar with this already, right? But what I'm going to do is go over it. All right, a half step, because it's the only other thing you need to know prior to moving on with this. All right. So yeah, a half step on the piano is when I play one key and I move to another key in either direction, left or right. Left being down, right being up. Okay. When I step up to another key, and it's the very next key, all right? There are no keys in between. For example, when I go from this C, I'm playing middle C here. That's what's marked in red here on the keyboard. When I proceed from this C to this C sharp, all right? There are no keys in between. There's nothing there but a crack in between those two keys. That's a half step. Okay? Now a half step can consist of a white key to a black key to a white key, and also from a white key to a white key, because in this case we have no black key in between. See, there's nothing in between the two keys but a crack. That's a half step on the piano. That's how to recognize it. You want to know this, because when we refer to half steps, you want to know how to play them. Alright? Here's another example of a half step that consists of just two white notes. Here, between B and C, that's a half step. Here, between E and F, that's a half step. Okay? Yeah! Alright, so a half step, when I go from one note to the very next note or key. I use the words key and note interchangeably here, okay? Alright. But you know that. It's always the very next key. Some people will say, well, I'm playing a C here. The next note is here. No, it's the black one, okay? It's immediately to the right here. In this case, the white key would be immediately to the left, okay? Yeah. All right. So we're going to start with major chords, major triads, all right? All right. Let's say I want to play a C major triad. Well, I play a C to begin with. That's going to be the lowest note, or furthest to the left. Furthest note to the left, or furthest key to the left on the keyboard, all right? So it's at the bottom of the chord, we could say. That's why we're playing these chords. What we refer to as root position is what we're doing here. We are playing these chords in root position because the root is considered to be the name of the chord, and it's at the bottom. So we start with the root, all right? So we're going to play C is the root here. That's the name of the chord. We want to play a C major triad. So here's what we do. From this C, I'm going to count up 4 half steps. Let's do that. From this C, which is my point of origin. I'm not going to count the C, okay? Again, it's my point of origin. So from this C, I'm going to count up 4 half steps. Let's do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings me to the next note in my C major triad. So now I have a C and an E being played together. Okay? Yeah. Now from this E, what we're going to do here is count up 3 half steps. From the E. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now I have all 3 notes in the C major triad. Alright? Again, the point of origin, the root, the name of the chord. I want to play a C major triad. From this C, I count up 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the next note in the triad. Okay, from this point, count up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Alright, now, what I'm going to do is, with my right hand, I'm going to use my thumb, middle finger, and pinky to play each of these chord members, okay, each of these keys. There we are. So the system, alright, the formula was, from the root, from the name of the chord I want to play, I count up 4 half steps to arrive here, and then I count up 3 half steps. So it's 4 and 3 in terms of half steps, right? This is a really easy way to approach building chords. Okay, with my left hand I'm going to mirror this. Okay, what I'm doing in my right hand, I'm going to play exactly 1 octave lower. I'm going to play the C, the E, and the G here. Okay. Again, from the C, it was up 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and up 3 half steps from there. 1, 2, 3. Terrific! Alright! That's how to play a major triad. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different roots to build a major triad on. Okay? But now it's easy. Why? Because you have the formula. See, from whatever root, whatever chord you want to play, whatever major triad you want to play, follow the same formula and you've got it. Let's say I want to play an A major triad. I play an A. Okay? That's the point of origin here, the root. From that A, I count up 4 half steps. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you really want to make sure you don't skip any keys. That's what half steps involve, not skipping any keys. Okay, so again, from that A, count up 4 half steps. Brings me to C sharp. Okay? Even if you're at the point where you don't know what those black keys are, you still follow along and you play the key that happens to be 4 half steps above where you came from, okay? Yeah. Alright, so from this C sharp, we count up 3 half steps. There you go. You follow the formula and you cannot fail, okay? You cannot fail at this. You can only succeed. I'm going to play it with my left hand again. Down here. There you go. Just getting this far, you're doing great. All right. Well, we have major. We know how to play major triads. Now there are 12 of them, okay? And they're all listed in your guidebook. Now here's what I want for you. I want you to actually go through the process of creating these chords using the formula. Start on the root, go up the 4 half steps, and go up the 3 half steps. And follow the formulas for each of these triads that we're going to acknowledge today in this fashion and create them for yourself, because you know what? If I just provide for you a chart and have you copy that chart and play what you see on the chart, okay? And you know, if I just give you illustrations of each of these chords, it won't be as nearly as helpful to you as if you were to do it yourself, okay? Because by doing it yourself, you learn how to create them and you start becoming more and more familiar with each one. You're going to see what I mean, okay? Visually, you're going to start to visualize these chords without even playing them, all right? But that process, okay, that luxury actually, the luxury of actually getting to that point is accelerated by you're making the effort now. And I want that for you, okay? So follow the guidebook, all right, follow through, do it, play the major triad in all 12 keys.